Last time what we did is just mention such as, the law, the license.
What did you do after that?
What is good, my beautiful people? My name is Techman Kim. I'm a first-year medical student here at Albany Medical College, and I'm going to be taking you with me on a journey to Piff Week. And Piff stands for Personal Identity Formation. And during med school, this is an opportunity for us to do simulations, learn about ethics, and also just have discussions with each other. But it also frees up time for us to just really dig into things that we are also interested in and have fun with friends. So if you're interested in that, let's get right into it. Yeah. Okay, so it seems that my schedule has not been updated, so I either missed a class or something. Alright, so I figured it out. They changed the schedule from 8:30 a.m. to 10:30. So, well, at least I'm not late. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to meet up with some people and just get some studying in, honestly, before the next meeting. But anyway, the meeting I was supposed to go to is something called Humanities and the Art of Doctoring. So we'll see what that is. After that, we have a little bit of break, and then we have something called First Year First Response. And for First Year First Response, we do different simulations. And last time what we did is we were in an airplane simulation, and like some type of emergency arose, and we had to figure out what the emergency was, and then we also had to figure out how to deal with it. So yeah, that was really cool. And then after that, I have our first ever Doctors Beyond Medicine Club, the club that I started relating to finance, licensing, law, insurance, stuff like that. That's going to be happening. And then at the very end tonight, we're going to be doing something called EI training, emotional intelligence training. So, got a busy day today. Let's get some studying done. All right, we're heading over to the next meeting, and this one is on simulations, on real life problems and how to react to them and how to help people in the real world. So we did airplane scenario last time. Let's see what we're doing today. Oh, sorry. All right, so we just finished that. It was really good. We did a bunch of different case studies for this time. It was mostly focused on just like real life scenarios, just like when you're, out in the real world, like out on the street or places, stores, restaurants, stuff like that. And it's really interesting because in hindsight, or if you're watching someone else do it, you're like, oh, it's so obvious what to do. But then when you're actually in the moment, you kind of lock up and you kind of lose your train of thought, and you're always trying to like, do I say things? And I don't want to like not say anything if someone else is saying something, to make sure like, I look like I know what I'm doing too. So yeah, I always feel like I learn a lot coming out of those, even though I feel like, I don't initially. Yeah, next time when we do this again, we're actually going to go outside into the woods and now do like kind of wilderness training as well, but we're going to do it in real life. And I think last year when they were doing it, it was raining, so it felt even more realistic. Anyway, it looks really cool, really fun. So I don't know if I can vlog that, but I really hope that I can. Yeah. All right, we're gonna get started. I just want to say thank you guys for coming to our first meeting. Really do appreciate it, and we'll try to get this along as soon as possible. So the timeline is we have 4 meetings. The first one today is going to be on licensing. The next 3 are going to be finance, insurance, and business. Yeah, so we'll give you a little bit of time, and then if you guys have any questions, feel free to just like let us know as well. All right, so I just got back home. Emotional intelligence is cool because it's really just all about being introspective of your own emotions, but further than just emotions, but how your emotions control your actions, your thoughts, and also the way you present yourself. And today I think we were talking mostly about like optimism in particular, which is really interesting because I was talking about optimism in my last video. But we also get to take this test, and it also shows us our own specific weaknesses. My biggest weakness is actually impulse control. So when something's happening, especially in a high tense or high emotional situation, I tend to react instead of taking a step back, thinking it through, and then moving forward. So I've been trying to work on that, and I've been getting mentoring on that as well. So yeah, I'm gonna make some dinner, and then for tonight, I have some stuff I gotta do, but honestly, I just want to rest. But yeah, I am excited for dinner, so let's go get that. Alright, so we just finished up that meeting. That one was on language barriers in clinical settings and the problems that we face. So yeah, we went through a lot of stuff like troubles of using an interpreter or having family members interpret for their loved ones and the conflicts that arise from that. And we also got to a point where I was like, do we have any solutions? And I offered the solution of, well, AI is like getting really good, and so is the translating, and it's free. So you get rid of multiple problems. One, cost. AI is free, it's cheap. Two, having multiple languages under one software system is very good. So that defeats that. And three, there's no third party. So you can just take it out of your phone. It's really fast, and you can just translate like on the fly. And give it like 1 or 2 years, like it's gonna get even better. And so I brought up that solution, and there's of course the conflict of interest, which is, well, what about all the medical like translators out there? Like, what's gonna happen to their jobs, and where are they gonna go, and what are they gonna do? And honestly, I don't know, but I'm not trying to pray on their downfall or anything, but I think the reality is give it like a year or two, and AI translators are going to take over all of the medical fields. And so yeah, I wanted to test it out to just see how good it is even right now with the free version of ChatGPT, and I'll show you guys how good it is right now. Hey chat. Okay, so I'm the doctor. I'm gonna speak in English. My patient here is gonna speak in Korean. Can you translate our conversation?
Of course. How can I help?
Tell me about that last symptom you experienced.
어떤 증상이 있었나요?
제가 오늘 아침에 일어났는데 토하고 엄청 열도 나고 엄청 아파요.
He woke up this morning, vomited, and has a high fever. He's feeling very unwell.
What did you do after that?
그 이후로 어떻게 하셨나요?
그냥 약 먹었는데 약이 별로 안 좋아지고요. 그냥 누워 있었어요.
He took some medicine, but it didn't help much, and he just stayed in bed.
See a drug name.
그 약 이름이 뭐였나요?
Did you take any ibuprofen or Zofran to alleviate the vomiting?
이부프로펜이나 구토를 완화시키는 약들을 복용하셨나요?
Dude, that's crazy. I don't know if you guys caught that at the very end. So my friend David, he said, did you take ibuprofen or Zofran? Ibuprofen, they just translated in Korean to ibuprofen, but Zofran is an American drug that is used for vomiting. And in Korean translation, they didn't say the word Zofran, but they, one, understood what Zofran was and what it did. And in translating Korean, did you take any drugs that helped alleviate the vomiting? Like, what? Like, that's so crazy. Like, that's free. We have it now. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. Like, God. I mean, I'm so excited for, like, just the access that people have, like, beyond just, medicine, but translation. I know they're making, like, glasses with AI and, all that stuff now, and it'll just automatically translate. But even if you don't have those glasses, it's here on our phones now. Like, it's just so crazy how far technology has come. It's so cool. It's scary, honestly. just like what's gonna happen in the next couple of years. And yeah, but what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to go eat some lunch, and then I have jazz practice in a little bit. So I'll see you guys then. Hi. If I pet the cat, will the cat be scared? Oh, the cat's coming.
He's very friendly. Just like, you know. I can pick one up.
Hey, that's you!
Salute.
We technically don't need to be studying this week, but man, the grind just does not stop. I'm telling you, med school is just study, study, study.
Dude, this is so good. It's Mess Anatomy, right? The last episode.
All right, we just finished that up. I got me some barbecue buffalo wings. But yeah, that meeting was so good because he was just telling story after story about difficult scenarios, and some of them really hit home because they actually were concerns that I had to think about. Like, for example, like let's say you have like 10 patients and they're all gonna die if you don't give them this drug, but you only have like 5 left. Like, you have to choose who to give that drug to, and those types of things happen, and it's scary. And another story that he was talking about was like let's say you go into a room and you're doing CPR and then the patient dies, and then you just go to the next room over and then you see the next patient. Like, you just witnessed someone die and you're doing CPR with your hands, and then you just go on to the next room like nothing happened. It's like, how do you do that? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it seems far away, and then you realize it's only a couple of years. And yeah, it's just the moral and emotional responsibility that comes with being a physician is so taxing, and I think it's good to talk about it early on. But yeah, I'm gonna eat my grub and then practice a little bit, warm up. As you can see in the background, I got my guitar and my amp, and then we're gonna go play at the cafe at the hospital for the patients and for the staff here to maybe brighten their day a little bit. So excited for that. A little nervous, but also excited.
Guy's gonna do levels first. And just I'll keep an eye on you. If there's any more levels, just like point at us. You know the drill.
All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? All right, so we made it back. I just want to say, like, on my way out, the amount of people that said thank you, or that it made their day, or said that they were going through a hard time and like that made their day, because that's the reason why we're doing it. And I didn't expect anyone to, say those words to me, but as I was walking out, people just coming up to me and thanking me, and I was like, wow, like, music is so powerful. And it's one thing to know it, but it's another thing to like see it in action. So I was just grateful for the opportunity. Had a great time with Sam, and he's an amazing jazz player. And yeah, I'm a little rusty still because it's been a minute, but I think we're slowly warming up again. And we started
getting like better and better towards the end. So it was really fun. Well, yeah, that's the end of Piff Week. So thank you guys for making it to the end of this video. Thank you for all the love and support. And like always, make sure to comment anything that you want me to answer or just any thoughts that you have. And yeah, please like and subscribe so that, you know, this type of content can get to more people that may be interested. So thank you once again for being a part of my journey. And until next time, peace. You guys still here? All right, we got a question today. So the question says, "Hello, Tech Men. I enjoy your vlogs very much right now." And hold on, let me read that. "Hello, Tech Men. I enjoy vlogs very much right now. My exam period is going on, so I forgot to comment and let you know that I loved your vlog." Thank you. I know what you're saying. I know what you mean. Thank you. My questions is like how to revise properly. I suck at revision and I never really got to know how to do it correctly to get the maximum output in exams. Tell us the way you do your revisions, and thank you for uploading a beautiful vlog. Thank you so much. You are a beautiful person. So I did ask this person for extra clarification, and they did respond and said, I mean, getting questions wrong and learning from it, but getting the questions wrong because you thought you knew the base concept for the question until you got it wrong. And I think what they're trying to say is, you think you're ready for the exam. You come in feeling prepared, and then you just don't get the results, and you just don't know where to go from there because you thought you had the base knowledge, and then the exam results say otherwise. And trust me, you're not alone. I've been through it. My friends are going through it. It's a normal occurrence. And there's a couple of key advice that I'll give for you. One is, I would say, a lot of times we assume things are right when they're actually wrong. And it's because we don't really look it up. I don't know if you've seen in my previous vlogs, but whenever some of my friends say, I think that something is right, I tell them, I don't like I think, because what if that I think becomes it is? And then what if that's wrong? And then you've learned everything wrong. You know what I mean? So for example, like I thought that the macula densa was responsible for the release of RAS by, in the kidneys, understanding the sodium concentrations in the nephrons. And that's just all I knew. And then I realized I got questions wrong over and over again. I was like, why am I getting these wrong? I thought I knew it. And then I looked into it and I realized the JG cells detect hypertension or hypotension in the rest of your body. And that is actually a stronger determinant than the macula densa's understanding your sodium. Now, if you're not a medical person or you have no idea what I'm saying, essentially what I'm saying is sometimes you miss details, and that makes it completely wrong. Like sometimes you know a lot of it, like your base, but maybe that's not enough to answer the question. So how do you fix that? Well, always be curious, always ask questions. Even when you feel like you know the material, I always like to question it and be like, I don't know, what about this? What happens if this happens? Or what if this? And I always look into it deeper and deeper and deeper. And maybe you don't know where to start to ask the questions. And so that goes to my second advice. Then I would recommend doing practice problems that are very difficult so that you can, create new questions. Sometimes you don't know where to start. So the questions kind of give you a different way of thinking about topics. Now, another thing about questions. A lot of times people focus on doing as many questions as possible, but I would actually differ. I think less questions, but more time reviewing is more impactful than doing many questions and then not reviewing as much. Now let me tell you why. Because you can do a practice problems and you review it, right? And have you ever tried retaking an exam after a little bit? Most of the times you expect that you get 100 because you've already done them before. So you're like, oh, I don't need to do it again. But 99% of the time when I retake a test that I've already taken, give it a couple days and I take it again, I get the same questions I got wrong again. It just shows that I actually thought I knew it and I actually didn't. And so that's why I spend so much time reviewing questions. And sometimes, even if I answer a question correctly, what I'll do is I'll go through all the other answer choices and make sure I understand why all the other ones don't make sense. And I will spend quite literally hours doing like 20 questions, but it's because I'm doing all these things and I'm learning so much more and so much more in depth. And some people might get scared. It's like, what if I'm wasting my time? But once you get it down really well the first time, it kind of sticks way better, and you won't get it wrong over and over again. So yeah, I think that would be my advice. It's hard to gauge because, and it's also kind of, I want to sympathize with the fact that, like, you know, it sucks to feel like you have a really good idea and you've worked really hard to understand something, and then it just doesn't pan out the way it needs to, you know, the way you thought it would turn out to be. But don't give up. Any time spent on material or studying is never time wasted. I always tell myself that. I always tell my friends that. Don't ever think that the time that you spend with the content is wasted. As long as you're spending time with the content, you're spending time with the content. You're studying still, you know? So yeah, just do your best. And honestly, go back to my original advice way back then, which is keep an open mind to try new study methods and try new ways to understand the material. Thanks for asking the question. See you guys next time. Peace. That was supposed to be a cool transition, and I think I'm gonna cringe.